Look around you. On the street, in the office, at a construction site, or on a high-fashion runway. There is one item of clothing that unites them all: jeans. They are the uniform of the world, a symbol of rebellion, of hard work, of freedom, and of comfort. But before they become the pants we wear every day, they go through a journey. It is a transformation that combines nature, massive industrial power, and delicate human touch. It starts far away from the factory floor. It starts with the sun, the soil, and a simple white flower. This is the story of how we make jeans. It begins in the fields. Cotton. Under the heat of the sun, these plants burst open, revealing soft, white fibers. It looks fragile, but it is about to become one of the toughest fabrics on Earth. Harvesting machines sweep across the landscape, gathering the cotton into massive modules. These giant blocks of raw material are heavy, dense, and full of potential. Once they arrive at the ginning facility, the noise begins. The goal here is separation. We need to separate the fiber from the seeds and the dirt. The machines work aggressively, cleaning the cotton until we are left with pure, fluffy lint. This lint is packed into bales. Each bale weighs roughly 500 pounds, enough to make hundreds of pairs of jeans. They are inspected, graded for quality, and shipped off. The raw ingredients are ready. Welcome to the spinning mill. The air here is thick with humidity to keep the cotton from breaking. The bales are opened and the cotton is blended together. This ensures consistency. We don't want one leg of your jeans to be weaker than the other. Next comes the carding process. Imagine giant hairbrushes with steel teeth. They comb through the cotton, untangling the chaotic clumps and aligning the fibers in the same direction. The cotton comes out as a soft, continuous rope called a sliver. But this rope is too weak to be fabric yet. It breaks easily. It needs to be twisted. Spinning frames pull and twist the cotton at incredible speeds. This twisting locks the fibers together, creating strength. What was once a loose cloud of fluff is now a tight, durable yarn. Now we introduce the color of history: indigo. This is a magical chemical process. You will notice that the yarn is dipped into large vats of green liquid. It doesn't look blue yet. As the yarn rises out of the vat and hits the oxygen in the air, a reaction happens. Instantly, it turns from green to that deep, rich blue. We dip it and oxidize it multiple times, 6, 8, maybe 12 times. The more dips, the darker the denim. But here is the secret to jeans. We deliberately do not dye the yarn all the way through. We only coat the outside. The core of the thread remains white. This is crucial. This is why, when your jeans get old and rub against things, they fade. That white core starts to show through. It is what gives denim its life and character. We have the blue yarn. Now we need to make a fabric. We move to the weaving hall. The sound here is deafening. It is the rhythmic heartbeat of the factory. Denim is a twill weave. That means the threads don't just cross over and under evenly. One thread goes over 2 or 3 others. This creates that diagonal texture you see on your pants. Historically, we use the blue-dyed yarn for the vertical threads and plain white yarn for the horizontal ones. If you look at your jeans right now, the outside is blue, but the inside is mostly white. This is why. The looms work at lightning speed, weaving thousands of meters of fabric a day. This fabric, now called gray fabric, is inspected for any tiny flaw: a broken thread, a knot, an oil stain. Only the perfect rolls move forward. The massive rolls of denim arrive at the garment factory. They are heavy, dark, and raw. First, the spreading. Layers of fabric are unrolled onto long tables, not just 1 or 2, but sometimes 50 layers high, creating a dense block of blue cotton. A computer plans the layout. It calculates the geometry like a giant, high-stakes game of Tetris. The goal is efficiency. We want to use every square inch of this fabric, ensuring zero waste. In the past, people cut this by hand, struggling through the thickness. Today, high-tech cutting machines glide over the fabric with robotic precision. Lasers, or high-speed blades, slice through the thick layers like a knife through soft butter. Within seconds, the solid block is transformed. We have the pieces: the front leg, the back leg, the coin pocket, the curved waistband. What was once just a roll of cloth is now a complex puzzle waiting to be assembled. This is where the human hand takes over. The sewing floor is a bustle of activity and rhythm. It takes skilled, nimble hands to assemble a pair of jeans. It is not just one person making a pair from start to finish. It is a synchronized line. One person specializes in sewing the pockets. The next attaches the zipper with a quick buzz of the machine. The next joins the legs together, wrestling the heavy fabric under the needle. Listen to the machines. Trrr, 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 trrr. They are heavy-duty beasts. Denim is thick and stubborn, so the needles must be strong to pierce through multiple folds without breaking. They add the rivets, those little copper buttons on the pocket corners. They were originally invented to hold the pants together for gold miners who filled their pockets with rocks. Now, they are a global style icon. Watch the needle dance as it applies that classic orange or yellow thread. It is a striking contrast against the deep indigo that defines the look we all know. Finally, the waistband goes on. The belt loops are attached, and suddenly, it looks like a pair of jeans. But if you touched them now, you would be surprised. They are stiff, dark, and uncomfortable. They are not ready for you yet. We enter the laundry and finishing department. This is where industrial engineering meets artistic expression. Most people don't want dark, stiff, raw denim. They want jeans that feel lived in, soft, familiar. The jeans are thrown into giant industrial washing machines. They tumble for hours with pumice stones. The stones beat against the wet fabric, softening the rigid fibers and gently scraping away some of that indigo dye. Slowly, the deep blue washes away to reveal the white core of the yarn we talked about earlier. We also use modern technology, lasers. Instead of manual sanding, which can be harmful, a laser beam burns a vintage pattern onto the jeans in mere seconds. It creates the whiskers on the thigh, the fading on the knees. It is precise, safe, and eco-friendly. They might go through an ozone treatment, using gas to lighten the color without using gallons of water. Once they are dry, the final hardware is added. The main metal button is hammered on. The leather patch is sewn onto the back waist. The final step: quality control. Every inch is inspected by a human eye. Is the zipper smooth? Are the leg seams straight? Is the wash consistent? Any loose threads are trimmed away. The jeans are pressed with high-pressure steam to give them a crisp, professional finish. They are folded, tagged, and carefully packed into boxes. From a simple field of white flowers, through the spinning frames, the chemical magic of the indigo vats, the weaving looms, and the sewing machines, they have arrived here. They are loaded onto trucks, ships, and planes. Soon, they will be on a shelf in a store, and then they will be yours, ready to start a new journey and tell a new story with you.